Hello, Playdate. This is Don.
This is Nick.
And I'm Ryan.
This week we're covering Playdate news.
Recent indie releases.
And coming at you like the Parmesan meatballs and spaghetti of the Playdate community.
That's what I had for dinner last night. Thank you for listening. Let's get started.
Let's get started indeed. Dawn, is that true? I feel like, aren't you a vegetarian? Did you really have a meatball?
I think they were the vegan ones.
Oh, okay.
There's
Well, I
some
guess
pretty good Beyond
that's
meatballs
allowed.
are actually pretty good.
Huh. What are your favorite non-meat meatballs made of?
Mystery, not meat. I don't know.
Mystery tofu?
They're one
Okay.
of the better not meat products, though. That and soy rizo
Huh. Okay. Right on.
recommended.
Well, you know how we like to start off episodes with corrections, and the first one is coming from me. So, last episode, Dawn and I had a sort of a recap of the Playdate Community Awards, which we thought were real great. I had a critique which I came out of the gate with, which, that is on me. I wish I would have ordered things a little bit differently. Started out with all the amazing things that happened, and I did not do that. So I would like to admit fault and thank A1 BT for chiming into our Discord to voice as much. So BT, I wanted to give you some airtime here, and he said, "Yeah, it was disappointing to hear you all jump to the least generous explanations as to why we don't individually list out judges in the show itself. It's a small community, and some judges would rather not be the face behind some of these tough choices between nominees they consider friends and colleagues. We've left it up to the judges to decide whether they want to come forward and discuss their experience. We are looking at changing it and giving judges the option of being listed next year. Criticism was valid, just wish it could have been delivered in a way that was more respectful to the time and effort that goes into this. We do it as volunteers to highlight the community, so the implication that we're taking money or snubbing people intentionally or not kind of stings. I say this as one of the people who's put in well over 100 hours since October of last year organizing the thing, but apparently wasn't worth a mention when you read out the credits before launching into a speech about the ills of people not being credited. So, BT, thank you so much for chiming into our Discord. We love hearing from folks, whether it's positive or constructive criticism like we got from BT. I chimed into that Discord conversation, and BT and I had what I thought was a really positive conversation about our intentions moving forward, different ways that all of us might act in the future. So I mention all this to say, BT, thank you for coming onto our Discord and discussing this with us. Um, I really appreciate you being there, and my apologies for the way in which I delivered that information last time. I really should have led with all the incredible things that were being done with the Playdate Community Awards, and I hope that comes through this time, that I'm really thankful for all the hours that everyone is putting into this.
Yeah, we should be. Thank you, Ryan, for tackling that. We're a couple weeks removed because a lot of that discussion was had right after our last episode. But I appreciate you coming out and talking about that. I appreciate BT bringing it up. And yeah, I mean, we're fallible and casual as we record this podcast, and so it's not going to be bulletproof. And of course, we see the effort that goes into the Playdate as a large, in all facets. Game development, nobody's selling a million copies, and it's a labor of love from all sides, including us. We're doing this for free too, and yeah, we always want to do better, and we appreciate you guys highlighting that. So thank you, Ryan. Thank you, BT. Thank you, community, and we'll do better highlighting folks where we can. We're gonna make mistakes though.
Cool. Well, with that said, I think it's time to hoobity boop ourselves into the news and notes section, which is a little on the light side this time. But I'd like to start out with the fact that there is a new demo available from the Bjornskovs. We've got Escape from the Baby Alarm demo available, which is not a Playdate game, but the reason we're mentioning it is because we've mentioned the Bjornskovs on plenty of episodes prior. Escape the Arcade, escaping everything. I'm forgetting all the other escapes they've created for the Playdate. But now Escape the Baby Alarm is going to be a Steam game, and I'm not sure if they're porting it to other platforms or not, but it looks incredible. Like full color, fully illustrated, like it looks like hand illustration. It looks incredibly charming. So if you like some of those Bjorn Skov escape room games that we've talked about and featured here on our show, then maybe you want to take a look at that. There's also an Engadget article about Devils on the Moon pinball. And believe it or not, it's not written by Cheyenne McDonald. I couldn't believe it. But Nathan Ingram, who is deputy editor of news at Engadget, is throwing his Playdate review hat in the ring with this one. So if you want to know about Nathan Ingram's thoughts on Devils on the Moon, you can head over to this here link in our show notes. Speaking of Devils of the Moon pinball, Don, I think you tossed one in here.
Yeah, Gamma Goat, who is the dev behind Time. Help me.
Time
like an
flies
arrow.
like an arrow.
Like an arrow. I was trying to think of what it flew like. Time flies like an arrow. And just a friend of the show. He made this really cool pinball skills video using Devils on the Moon pinball, where he shows all these different flipper techniques and stuff.
It's worth noting that Gamegoat is also a pinball developer in his own right and has released several games for the P3 pinball platform. The latest is Portal, based on Valve's computer game.
Yeah. Very cool. Yeah, he's a genius. But you got to check out the video. The
Yes.
skills are very helpful. Have you guys played Devils on the Moon pinball yet?
I've played a bit of the beta, but I have not played the full release.
I've not played any of it.
Oh, you guys got to try it. Ryan, what are you doing?
Yes, absolutely have to.
Oh, loafing around.
It's
Oh,
a
get in
requirement.
there, man. It's so
Hey.
good.
Speaking of requirements, did you all know that there was a trailer for Deja Vu in the 2025 Playdate Community Awards?
Mm-hmm.
Deja Vu is one of the Mac Venture games, and it's one of my favorite games of all time.
Mm-hmm.
This is in a similar vein as Shadowgate PD that was part of Season 2. But Deja Vu looks to have some different improvements to the engine. So
It's not made in pulp.
very exciting to see.
Yes, that's true. The reason that was in there was because Don and I in our last episode had we were trying to recall if that was a trailer that was actually listed in the Playdate Community Awards. I went back and checked. It actually is. I figured I would not include that particular actually directly after my apology. It sounded like that might not be the thing to do. But Nick, thank you for mentioning this. The developer of Deja Vu was wondering if we knew that or not. I did go back and check. That trailer is listed in the Community Awards.
Here's a question for both of you. Have either of you played Deja Vu before?
Not me.
I rented it on NES.
Nice.
But I remember almost nothing. But Nick, what is the third game? There's Deja Vu.
The Uninvited.
Uninvited, thank you. I was thinking The Immortal, which is an EA game.
The Immortal is very different, but also a cool game.
Yes. Uninvited, thank you. But
Yes.
thank you, Pixel Ghost, Ollie Co, for
Yes.
pointing that out in our Discord as well.
And thank you for working on another Mac Venture game. Very excited.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right. Well, believe it or not, we're already approaching our Uncranked corner, starting with the Uncranked Pre-Summer Game Jam 2026 is coming up on May 1st through May 10th. So we will have a link to that in the show notes of today's episode, and there's some prizes to entice you to come develop a game for the Uncranked Pre-Summer Game Jam 2026. Whew, That's a mouthful. First place is going to be a Playdate console with a starter kit. That's a killer first place prize. Second place, also very enticing, a custom LED light featuring artwork from your game. That's sweet too. And third through fifth place is a copy of Project Coffee Table Book. Either one or two from Uncranked Landia. So this year they're introducing new community voting award called the Sun Picked Favorite. Voting is going to open right after the jam ends, and the winner is going to receive a printed or digital copy of a coffee table book from Uncranked, laser engraved wooden piece featuring a scene or your character from your game, and your choice of a yellow or purple Uncranked blanket. So all kinds of different stuff to be won on the upcoming Uncranked Pre-Summer Game Jam 2026, starting May 1st, 2026. This is the part of the show where we ask one another the most uncomfortable question: who's going to develop a Playdate game this time?
I think Nick's got some free time. He can work on that. He's always got free time.
This is our buck passing portion of the episode.
Right. It's definitely not going to be me, though. No?
Nick, any bucks to pass?
Yeah. Well, Ryan, I think your game is actually furthest along. So
That's true.
Oh, that's sad.
I've still got it installed on my Playdate.
Me too, actually. It doesn't do much, but
We need a remaster.
I think so.
5-year anniversary remaster.
Yeah, maybe
There we
every
go.
5 years I'll make another room. So for the second piece of Uncranked news, we're talking about the Crank Collective April Spotlight. If you're not familiar with this, the Crank Collective is like a monthly game club. And this month, they're talking about a couple of pulp games, starting with Gilly and the Isle of Sorrow. That works well for our show today. And then also the Master Key Pocket. Master Key Pocket is not on itch or on catalog, so you can reach out to Zanya for the PDX file. And this is really cool. Dark and Stormy Games, who's the developer of Gilly and the Isle of Sorrow, is confirmed to be in one of the chats for the Crank Collective. So another really interesting thing is that these discussions, sort of like a book club, like we do here with three folks, but Zanya's doing with typically different games, but with everybody who wants to take part in the Uncrank community. So that's really cool. But what I was going to say is that these sessions are going to be recorded and become episodes of the Crank Collective podcast on Substack. And I was asking Zanya some questions about this. The full 2-hour talk is going to be for paid subs on Substack. And but if you're not a paid sub, I believe you can download sort of a portion, an excerpt from the podcast. And with regard to the questionnaire, she mentioned filling out a questionnaire if you'd like to be part of this game discussion group. They're basically just general questions about the games of the month without any spoilers, and we'll have a link to that in the show notes of today's episode as well. And then finally from Uncranked Land, so much going on, but I also wanted to highlight the fact that there is a sale still running right now, 15% off a whole bunch of stuff from digital to physical zine, subscription, selected merch. You can get all sorts of stuff on sale at the Uncranked store. So if you want to know anything else, you can head over to that Uncranked Substack. That's Uncranked, let's see here. What is that? uncrankedpdzine.substack.com. And trust me, there's a bunch more to intake. But that's what we've got for you this episode. And Zanya, thank you for keeping the Uncranked wheels a-rolling.
There's a lot there. The podcast sounds fun. I want to check that out.
Totally. Yeah. Agreed.
I'm getting new ideas for podcast hosting too.
Are you looking for your replacement, Nick? We're not looking for a replacement. What's happening?
Gonna go to Substack or
yeah, just looking to change up the RSS feed to throw everybody off the trail. All right.
Well, before we leave this section, I thought I would also mention that there are no new updates for Destination Update again this week, but that's okay. There's plenty of episodes to look at. We'll include a link to the main channel, and you can hop over there to see that. Hope Sir Destination is doing all right because I think it's been a month at this point that we haven't seen a new video. So wishing you well. In the meantime, why don't we hop over to bitty boop 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 in the inventory? Don, what do you have for us today?
First up is Crank the Dead. Crank, drift, don't crash. You do donuts in a parking lot and smash into zombies as you do. The longer you survive, the harder it gets. So, yeah, it's a high score chaser. $1 from Coro Pixel Studio. It looks like there's some polish and some updates that are coming along in the pipe, but looks pretty fun. I have not tried this yet, but looks interesting.
It does look pretty fun. My gosh, this drift mechanic is amazing. Like it's a single screen game. You're sort of drifting around from overhead, but man, I love the drift mechanics I'm seeing here. You guys seeing this?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very smooth.
Yeah, like trying to maintain your spot within this limited parking lot space looks very challenging and interesting to me.
This guy's definitely raised in Albuquerque, this driver. So anyway, that's Crank the Dead, Coro Pixel Studio, $1. Check it out.
Man, and that title card, ooh, boy, that looks fantastic.
It does. I'm thinking it's AI though, Ryan, but it does look very good.
I don't know. You think so, huh? It could be.
You're
I
the
guess so.
expert. I don't know.
I think so as well, Ryan. But
It could be. All the zombies seem to have an appropriate number of fingers, but yeah.
I mean, if they didn't, it would be fine too, because they're zombies. Anyway, it does look very good. Anyway, next up is Raindrop Rally. Somewhat similar by Robert Stieber. What?
this has magic words in the description here. I'm excited. Go ahead, Don.
What are the magic words?
Alakazam?
Gambling.
Oh.
Oh boy. We need a stage an intervention for Nick. This was a submission to the Let's Pulp and Chill Game Jam, but it really caught my attention because who hasn't done this? Anybody raised before the cell phone era would sit in the car or by the window and watch raindrops go down the window, and you would pick one as your raindrop and see if it would get to the bottom first.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a great idea.
Yeah, I love this. And so you can, I guess, yeah, you place your bets on the raindrop, and there's all kinds of stats and stuff. I don't know. It looks really cool. I've downloaded, haven't played, but man, it looks really neat. It's got an almanac, and it just looked like such a cool idea. I don't know. I was just into it.
It's very cool.
But like I said, this is part of Let's Pulp and Chill Game Jam. There are 5 entries. I don't think a winner has been selected yet, but they all look really cool. Meet and Greet by Kaiser Blade, Chill Jam Garden by Samplay, Clean Slate by MX Input, which is like a what is it? Power wash simulator kind of thing going on there.
Okay.
And Great Delta Infinite 5 Base League by Puddle Scum, a fantasy sports management game. So very ambitious titles for the Let's Pulp and Chill Game Jam. There'll be a link in the show notes. You can check them all out and decide which one you like the most. So that one is free. Raindrop Rally 26 is free.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So I just tried to download it, and I got a message from my computer saying suspicious download blocked. Did you guys get Don? Did you get this when you tried to download?
No.
Oh, I did it as well. It may be the
Because it's
single
a zip?
quote.
The apostrophe in there. I don't know.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. Okay. Well, Nick, you download this and unzip it and let me know how it goes.
I could try that. I got it downloaded already. Okay.
I got it downloaded. I'm looking.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Let's hope Nick stays on this call.
No.
In the meantime,
Yeah,
Don, regale us.
It's a Playdate game.
Okay, great. Don, regale us with some catalog
Yes.
releases. That's
It's a
the word I
banner
was
week,
looking for.
gentlemen. Devils on the Moon Pinball is finally here.
Yes.
Whoop, whoop.
Ryan has missed out, but not for long. You should make this if somebody else doesn't do it, it's going to be game of the week here real soon.
I've
This is
purchased, but haven't played the full version yet. So,
oh,
Don, have you been playing it a whole bunch?
I I do not have catalog access still, but they sent me a similar file. Thank you so much for doing so.
Cool.
And I have been playing it. I don't think I can enter the leaderboards, but Gamma Goat is tearing it up.
Oh, yeah, he
Of
is.
course, yeah, he is. And man, it is excellent. I've only collected a couple demons so far, and or devils, demons. Just a whole lot of fun. Demons, yeah, they're demons. Feels great, sounds great, plays great, no complaints at all. It's just so much fun, and my only complaint is that I'm not playing it right now. So
Sorry,
check it.
Don.
Yeah.
Wow.
Check out the instruction booklet. The instruction booklet also excellent. Gives a full overview of the playfield and some nice tips and scoring strategies and rules.
Neat.
Highly recommended. Check out Devils on the Moon Pinball. If we have a end of year episode, this will definitely be mentioned again. All right. Next up is Docker Master by Oxy 405. This is $4. I was tripping because when I pulled up catalog, I was like, I don't even remember this. Did we mention this one? But there have been multiple updates since we last recorded, I guess. But this one looks really neat
Huh.
too. I don't know what's going on here. Frantically pick and place ship containers in a race against time. You like stack stuff on a ship, on a dock. I don't know what's going on, but it looks kind of cool. There you go.
Uh,
Yeah.
just to assuage your mind, I think this was released on the day after we recorded last episode. So it's been out for two
Oh,
weeks at this point, and maybe it received an update or two.
we
But
recorded early. That's why we have an
right,
extra.
right.
That makes
Yep,
sense.
yep.
Thank you for clarifying. Okay. Anyway, that's Docker Master. Cool little puzzle game by Oxy 405, $4. Next up, Pico Timer by Pico Luma. This is $6. It is a simple countdown timer designed for Playdate. No word if there's tigers involved. But yeah, it looks sleek and cool. If you need some eggs boiled, throw this on and give it a go.
It's
Pico
nice.
Timer.
Nice design. I like it.
Very sleek indeed. Next up, Gyro Chord by Isaac Northington, $4. We mentioned this when it hit itch. It is a fully featured synth engine and drum machine for the Playdate.
Yes. Nice.
So get in there and come up with a new intro music for us, please. $4.
Hey, real quick question. Do you guys know what a square wave is? Wait, Nick, don't answer yet. Don, do you know what a square wave is?
Instead of going whoop, it goes
Yes.
Okay.
That was very helpful for an audio
For our
podcast, but
audio,
Don just
they didn't
drew
ask. You asked. I was answering you.
rectangular waves in the air.
Yes.
And yes, that is right. But the sound has a very specific, like electronic type of sound, whereas sine waves are more ooh, the square waves are like, like an 8-bit sound of some sort. Anyway, I mentioned this only because we brought up this gyro chord game, and I had a discussion with my family about a sound that was very square wave-ish, and nobody knew what I was talking about. I was wondering if anybody else had. Nick, do you know square waves? I know you know square waves.
I do know square waves, not just from an audio perspective, but from an electronics perspective too.
Hmm. I don't know about them from an electronics perspective. Maybe this will be our post podcast Easter egg. We can talk about square waves. But in the
Wait,
meantime, we should probably not talk about square waves any more than we already have.
what
We're
about
getting
what
we're getting
about
the look.
triangle waves, Ryan?
We're getting the look from Don. Let's hear about the next game. I'm very curious about Crank Defense Force, Don. Please tell me about it.
Prank Defense Force by Strong Dynamics, $4 on catalog right now. It looks to have more of a Missile Command vibe than a Earth Defense Force vibe. But yeah, I like the graphics look great. You're shooting into the screen, possibly. Or maybe that's just my perception. I don't know. Looks real neat. Yeah, you
Yeah,
can
I'm trying
pilot
to.
remote missiles and
I'm trying to figure out these missiles. Missile command, they pretty much go one direction, but it looks like these have some steering capabilities to them.
Yeah, it looks that
Interesting.
way. You guide
Yeah.
them to their targets.
Ah, okay, okay.
Yeah, very
Ryan,
cool.
this looks like it might be right up your alley.
Possibly.
I'm interested to see
Hmm.
if this one connects with you at some point.
Okay.
Very
You
nice
heard it here
art.
first. Nick's next pick.
Look at the
This is
cover art too. The Playdate's flexing.
Is that what's going on there? Yeah, look
I
at
think
that.
so.
All right.
Nice. Okay, next up is Paco and Lily by Gene. Oh gosh, Kirsch's. I slotted that. $3. We mentioned it last week, our last episode. It's a cute little tiny frog adventure for the Playdate.
have either of you played Frogs and Flies for the Intellivision?
Not me.
Don't believe so.
Okay. The splash graphic reminded me of that at the top. Anyway, okay. Nobody knows what
Nice.
I'm talking about. Let's move on.
Yeah, well,
This
we
looks
we
really
mentioned it.
cool.
We mentioned it last week, not because it was on catalog, but because it was on itch. It was part of our indie inventory, but now it's on catalog. So, hey, welcome Paco and Lily to catalog. Evidently, this was a game made for his significant other, but then released it and thought other people might enjoy it too. And boy, howdy, evidently more people do like it because got ushered into catalog. Very cool.
Boy, howdy indeed. Speaking of boy howdies, next up
Oh,
is Order Up.
look at
Can
this.
can I
By
ask you one final question about frogs though?
yes,
If you
please.
if you press the B button, you open a map.
A
I've
map
never
to your heart.
I've never seen a frog with a map before. But
Doesn't
anyway,
Ribbit Rogue have that?
you know what? I think you're right.
Mm.
Never mind. I take it all back. I'm wrong
We need
once
some
again.
actuallys in here.
Together
this
we
looks
have
really
one
cool.
mind.
That was Paco and Lily. All right.
Paco and Lily.
Good.
All right. Next up is Order Up by Scott Vanderprit. Excuse me, my nose keeps closing up. $5. This is on catalog. If you ever wanted to run a classic burger joint, well, you're in luck. So it's a retro-inspired block matching puzzle game. It's got a little bit of a burger time thing, but not quite. Falling toppings is the burger time element.
Reminds me
Yeah.
of Yoshi.
Totally. I was going to say
Yes,
Yoshi as well.
Yoshi.
And also, it reminds me of the theme of this lovely game, Hamburger Shop. You guys remember this one? I did a whole episode about it on my prior podcast. Anyway, I think this game looks very interesting. Foreshadowing.
Wink and nudge. Well, do you have what it takes to be a success, or will it be game over for you and your restaurant? Stay tuned to find out more on Order Up.
Yeah. And this is another one that's not only available on catalog, but also on itch. So wherever you like to get your games, there it is.
Very good. Next up is Astrophedia by Arya and the Little Giants. $4. And I don't know exactly what is going on here, but it looks very interesting. Kind of a Zuma vibe, but in
Mhm.
outer space with astrology, maybe snaked in there. Snake is snaked in there as well.
Oh, you know what I think might be happening? I think this might be radial snake. You know how snake is typically very rectilinear, you're going the cardinal directions. The snake is moving around in a radius and also eating apples or planets or whatever the heck is going on. Every time they eat a whatever, it grows
Planet.
one, and then you're avoiding obstacles, maybe the stars or the spiky bits. This looks really interesting.
Mhm.
Ah, more snake. I can never have enough snake in my life.
It does look very cool. It reminds me a bit of the boss battles on Paper Mario Origami King.
Yeah,
Thank you,
I
Nick.
could see that.
I appreciate you. So that is Astrophidia by Area and Little Giants.
I'll just be over here.
Next up is The Last Ball by Igor Stepanov. $3. This has got past problems vibes. I really like this type of game. I don't know what is
Whoa.
this ball knocking game? I don't know what this is, but
Oh, interesting.
Billiard setup.
yeah,
Um, Very cool.
indeed.
What is that game we played eons ago on our podcast that had like you move a thing and it's got to move all the way until it hits something and then you move again. It was sort of puzzly.
Past problems. Was it past problems?
I don't think so. But you know my mind. I don't know.
You know
I
my
thought it
mind. I don't know.
was Past Problems a Playdate game?
It was a Playdate game, but it was you. They were basketball players. You'd throw the ball to a basketball player,
Hmm.
and throw it, and eventually you'd have to make it to a hoop.
No, this one was very like puzzly, overhead based, just blocks and circles. Uh, I
Hmm.
felt like there were numbers involved too. Oh man, I'm gonna have to go back and look. Giving me that vibes, whatever it is. Any hoots. Maybe
If
I'll
you like
remember.
numbers and balls and moving them, check out The Last Ball.
It looks very cool and puzzly.
It does look very cool.
Newton Ball Simulator.
Yeah, very
Very
much.
cool.
One
Well,
ball at a time, though.
um, hey guys, have you heard about my buddy? His name's Blop.
Tell us more.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you about Blop, your virtual buddy and mine. Blop is a real-time virtual pet life sim made exclusively for the Playdate. Care for a one of a kind buddy that keeps living even when you are away, and check in throughout the day to feed them, clean them, help them rest, and keep them happy and healthy. Sounds very, oh God, that word just flew out of my mind. Um,
Tamagotchi.
yes, Tamagotchi, to me. So
Okay.
this is, it's billed as either an RPG or an app. Maybe there's some RPG elements in here. Interesting.
I have to point out, must point out, I'm required to point out the GIF that shows Blop lifting weights.
Yes. I
That
knew
is
that's where you were going. That's incredible.
the absolute best thing
I
I've
think he's doing that
ever seen.
on the what's it called? Screensaver. What is it? Rest screen.
You
Oh
could look
my
at that all
gosh.
day, Nick.
I would
Yeah.
love that. Ryan, I've got a question though. Who made Blop your virtual buddy and how much is
Hmm.
it?
Well, in my mind, Blop is real, but it was actually made by 10 Tibor.
For
And
six
how much
dollars
is Blop? Yeah.
Thank you, Don,
plus tax.
for picking up all of my slack. Yes, $6, 10 Tibor, Blop your virtual buddy. Available
Oh
on
man.
catalog right
I
now.
can't wait to have this new lock screen. This is
Lock screen. Thank you. Yes.
I'm
And
remembering all over again why I let Don do these.
last up is Unicycle Madness by Jonathan Haskara.
Hey,
$3. We
yeah,
This has been a featured game pick of
that's
the
pick of
right.
the
week in
week.
the past. Now it is
Fantastic.
on catalog.
That was quite a while back.
It was.
I'm glad to see this made it to catalog.
It's very
Yeah.
cool.
Well,
So,
congratulations
oh,
to
there's leaderboards
Jonathan
now, so you can chase those down.
Hoshkara.
Ooh.
Jonathan Hoshkara, the maker of Unicycle Madness. Congrats. Yeah, this was really fun. I remember having a good time with this one. And leaderboards now. Oh, that's fun.
There you go.
Cool.
All right.
So it's $3 on catalog. It's Unicycle Madness.
Thank you, Nick.
You're welcome.
Fantastic. All right. Is it time yet? Can I?
It's time.
Oh, yes. We are ready for the on sale game one to this week. It's Gilly and the Isle of Sorrow. So I hope you found it for this on sale price for our discussion coming up so soon. That's it. That's the only on sale game from $4 to $3.
Perfect timing.
Let's hear more about it.
Yeah.
Let us. So I think that means I need to boop us into our pick of the week, which happens to be Gilly and the Isle of Sorrow, chosen by our own Donathan Walton. Don, please tell us about Gilly.
Yeah, Gilly, this is one I've been wanting to play for a while. This is by Dark and Stormy Games, and it is available now for $4 on catalog and itch, or I think Ryan just said $3.
Yes,
on catalog.
$3 currently, $4 typically. And whoopity boop boop, we should probably announce that we were given trial versions of Gilly, so we did
We
not pay for
were.
this.
Oh,
But
I bought one.
I bought
Nick bought
one.
his.
I bought one as well, and then was given the
Oh, okay.
copy.
All right. So I guess two-thirds of us paid for it. Anyhow, I got a demo copy, and I thought the rest of us did.
We're ahead of the game. Anyway, you can purchase a copy, or if you'd prefer not to purchase a copy, before I forget, there is one available to give away in our
Hmm.
Discord on the giveaway
Oh,
channel.
oh.
So hop in there in the next couple days, and I'll probably draw a winner this weekend. But anyway, Gilly and the Isle of Sorrow. Solve the mystery, uncover the secrets that plague the island and its inhabitants. Why are so many sailors missing, and why are all the ships destroyed? There certainly are a lot of destroyed ships in this game. It is a narrative adventure only on Playdate. This is designed for a single, casual, sit-down playthrough. And it's got, I guess, it's very obvious which games inspired it, and it was fun to uncover which games inspired Gilly and the Isle of Sorrow. Took
Yes.
about 45 minutes or so to play through. The
It
art,
only took me 45 minutes to play through it.
we'll talk about that in a minute because I sort of had some help there. Uh, it has a single save file, but there are 3 different save checkpoints, which I will talk about as well. But I want to hear more about what you guys thought about the adventure of Gilly and the Isle of Sorrow. Pointing to Nicholas. Nicholas, would you like to go first?
Sounds good, Don. Thanks for the point, and let me get to the point. I enjoyed this game quite a lot. So I like these narrative adventure games that have appeared on the Playdate. This appears to have been made in pulp. Is that correct? Do we know?
I don't know. It appears that way,
It
though.
appears to be,
I
though.
believe that to be the case.
Yes. Well, it's very well done. There's a nice mixture of larger sprites and smaller sprites intermingled, depending on the scene. There are cutscenes. There are a variety of things which are uh, less frequently seen in pulp games. So this is very nicely done. Um, I enjoyed the music. The narrative was really fun. As Don mentioned, the references to other games, very clever and fun. Um, and the overall semi pirate uh, theme that was happening in this town sort of reminded me of other games, and I quite enjoyed it. So, as far as the puzzling aspect, Don touched on this, but it's divided into I think 3 different chapters. Is that correct, or more than 3?
I think there's more than 3, but there's 3 save points.
There's 3 save points. Okay,
Checkpoints.
right. Maybe it's 5 chapters. At any rate, it is. It mentions that it's a bite-sized sort of thing. It's not bite-sized, but it's a casual playthrough, kind of smaller adventure game, which is great and exactly what I was looking for this past 2 weeks. Is something that I could sit down and kind of really sink my teeth into and be able to move on to the next thing that I needed to do. So I was able to have a great experience with it in one sitting, and then move on and come talk to you all about it. So I super enjoyed this. I'm sort of going around the edges of things, figuring that we'll touch on the narrative in a little bit. But Ryan, what did you think?
Yeah, I thought many similar things. I feel like I'm going to repeat a lot of what you said. I have spoken on past episodes about how I love RPG games, but I'm at a point in my life where sprawling epic RPG games do not fit with my lifestyle. And just as you said, Nick, this was a nice, and just like you, I hesitate to call it bite size because it feels a little bigger than that, but it was the right size for me to make my way through. I had a couple days of vacation and really enjoyed playing this by the pool and just relaxing with it and getting into this world that Johnny Dark and Stormy built for this. There's a lot of mystery involved, a lot of questions. There's some really fun Easter eggs as you go throughout. Johnny Dark and Stormy, thank you for the Easter eggs. That was so cool.
Mhm.
And as Don alluded to, some references to some inspirational games for Johnny Dark and Stormy. Um, don't want to spoil where or when or how you find that, but you'll find them. And some really ambitious, what I think are pulp graphics. We've got some like lighthouses, and I don't know if you guys saw the trailer for this. It was like a
Mhm.
YouTube video. And I talked to Johnny Dark and Stormy about this and asked them, "Hey, is this footage that you've taken?" And he said, yes, this is actually footage that we've had from a number of vacations and lighthouses. And he drew inspiration from that for this game. I just thought that was a really neat personal touch to the game. Even if you don't know that, it feels very authentic. Like it feels like you're walking up to a lighthouse. It feels like you're on this island. Um, uh, a healthy number of places to explore. It says 40 minutes to an hour of gameplay. I think it probably took me maybe a couple hours, and that is typical for me. I usually double the amount of time that devs say that a game takes to complete. I don't know if I am just extraordinarily slow or if they are going fast because they know where everything is, but inevitably I will run into a puzzle or a location or a person that I need to find that I have a difficult time locating or solving. So it takes me a while longer. But with that said, I thought it was perfect for the experience that I was looking for at this point in my middle-aged life. But Don, I don't think we've heard your thoughts exactly. You sort of led us into this and told us what the game was about, but I'm guessing you fancied it if you picked it, or was this a blind pick?
It was a blind pick.
Ah,
Yeah, I wish I had played. There was a prequel on the werewolf. What was it? Werewolf Campfire Stories. Just a quick. It's called Allah's Whale. Just a quick playthrough. I wish I had played that back to back with this week, but I played it back at Halloween. Anyway, yeah, I did enjoy this, but I had not played it prior. It's just been kind of sitting on my Playdate and meaning for me to get to it. Honestly, that 40-minute to 1 hour gameplay caught my attention as well as just the really great art and made me want to give it a go. I wanted something kind of chill. And I'm glad that the puzzles and gameplay and stuff wasn't super challenging. You do have damage. You take damage, I should say. You have a health bar, you take damage and whatnot, but nothing was too challenging, which is just right for me. I was doing like a pacifist run, which do not do a pacifist run. You cannot finish the game
I
doing a
was gonna say
pacifist run.
you'd have a real problem in
Yeah,
at
so
least
that's
one
where
place.
I got stuck for like 20 minutes. I could not get through a section because I was just not killing anything. And once Johnny helped me through that, he's like, "Oh, well, you need to kill these things and then you can progress." Oh, okay. So then I got through that. But I liked that the island was small enough that I memorized it pretty quickly.
Hmm.
It wasn't overwhelming. It felt overwhelming for a moment, but then you kind of get used to it and it's not too much backtracking. It
nodding
was,
vigorously to that. Yeah, I felt the same way. It felt sprawling at first, and then eventually you
yeah,
sort of wrap your head around it in pretty short order.
yeah. A game that we talked about a lot in the past was The Keeper, where rooms didn't necessarily flow into one another and I would get lost. Whereas this, each screen flows into one another. It makes a lot of sense. And I think even I won't speak for Nick, but I feel like even Nick could navigate the Isle of Sorrow or the precursor to the Isle of Sorrow. Uh, the dialogue was really snappy and short and fun. I really appreciated that. And Yeah, I don't have any complaints. One small quibble is that there is a bit of pixel hunting. The only way to use certain items is kind of bump into things and then they appear. But on the other hand, sometimes you find surprises doing that. There are some Easter eggs hidden by bumping into something and then you discover something. So, and there's not, again, the island's not so big that you're bumping into stuff forever. I found it fairly balanced. And I really loved, Johnny mentioned the one bit chicken. I really love that. There are some really nice little artistic touches in there that go a long way. So,
Yeah,
Definitely.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Nick.
I was just going to ask Ryan, did you get King's Quest 3 vibes right away when you started playing?
Yeah, I can definitely see that. And I am a big King's Quest fan, so that is high praise. I did want to mention a minor quibble of mine, which is sort of piggybacking off what Don was talking about. Don, you mentioned how it was really easy to move from screen to screen and to see where you were and what was going on. My minor actually about that is that occasionally when you would this is my bugaboo about pulp games is that if you move over and exit the right side of the screen, then your character should appear on the left side of the screen
mm,
when it pops up, or up to down, vice versa. And there were a couple instances in the map in Gilly where that did not happen. And so not only was there some pixel hunting, but there was also like some character hunting for me sometimes. Because
yeah.
I'd move over to the right side of the screen and then they'd appear on the top or the bottom or something unexpected. So I wish that were ironed out a little bit, but again, sort of a minor quibble in the grand scheme of the game. Um, also, are we are we talking spoilers on this episode?
We probably could.
I guess the one thing, the very light
Let's
spoiler, and maybe it's
let's
not
give a little like spoilers or
boopity
whatever.
boop, light spoiler. The thing I wanted to mention is that this game is part of a three-part series of games. So you're only playing the first part. It felt really good to complete, but yet there was also sort of cliffhangery questions still left and made me
Hmm.
want to play the next one. So it didn't make me feel like, oh, well, what did I do all that work for? I felt a sense of completion and also a sense of interest in continuing the series. So I felt like that was well balanced. What did you guys feel about that? Did you feel similarly, or did you feel duped when you found out that it wasn't a complete game yet?
No, I wasn't aware. Uh, I'm bad at reading the store page
Yep,
completely
yep, same.
for these pick of the week games, and I didn't realize that this was part of a larger narrative. But I was shocked and delighted to hear that there will be more to come. So can't wait to hear what's next for Gilly. How about you, Don?
Where does it say that it's part of a three? I mean, obviously there's more going on, but where does it
It
say on itch?
says, uh, let's see. On itch, I'm not sure, but on catalog,
Oh,
it
okay.
says part of a multi-entry storyline.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know it was going to be multiple entries either when I was playing, but it's fine. Yeah, it has a pretty hard cliffhanger, I guess. But it's fine. It made me want to play the next one.
Since we're
So,
talking about minor spoilers, I also wanted to commend Johnny Dark and Stormy Games for doing what felt like some different stuff in Pulp. Like I really enjoyed the waterfall mechanics that happened
Hmm.
in the latter part of the game. I thought that was really clever. Um,
mm,
I'm
hmm.
guessing you all got there. Yes.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
yeah.
Cool. Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
the
felt
pulp
fun.
work was great. I did look and it is pulp, or at least it's tag pulp on itch.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. It's got a pulp vibe. Yeah, very well done. The way the caverns work, and I like that it's pretty forgiving the way you move. You're not like having to hit a edge and then move down a spot and then move over like when you're climbing stairs or moving your way through winding caverns and things like that. That's
So
pretty
it's
forgiving.
not King's Quest 3.
No, no, no. Yeah, no. It's got more modern sensibilities.
Yeah.
Yes.
So anyway, anything else we want to say?
I
Uh,
think I'm good.
I
Yeah.
was surprised and delighted with the Easter eggs.
Yes.
So as Ryan said, thank you. I will also echo that. Thank you. Very cool.
Yeah. That was really fun.
I wanted to sign the pirate's card. That's my little
I
goal.
was confused about that too. I was hoping to eat a piece of cake and sign the card, but
Yeah.
I gave it a
Oh well.
shot. I will say
Yeah.
that.
Yep. I tried multiple times when I was stuck.
I tried signing someone else's name too. Didn't work.
All right. So what's up next week, Ryan?
First of all, good pick, Don, as usual.
Mhm.
And up next week is my pick, and I'm going to pick Order Up. We talked about this in the catalog section today, but it is, as I mentioned, on both catalog and itch. So if your name is Don and you can only play itch games right now, we have not forgotten about you. So Order Up, it's $5, available wherever you get your Playdate games. And I think we kind of described it already. It gives us a very mixed media, mixed game vibe of Hamburger Shop, Yoshi. What was the one you mentioned, Don?
Burger time?
Burger Time, dropping burger stuff vibes. Anyway, this really gave me like those waitress simulation game vibes, and maybe it's a fact that I was never a waiter in my early years, but I've talked to my wife about this game that I really love called Hamburger Shop, and she tried it and she's like, "Oh, this is giving me PTSD. Like everybody's yelling orders at me and I can't keep up." And so for her, it was not very fun. So if you have food service PTSD, maybe enter this with caution, but I think this looks to be a real fun game. So I can't wait to chat about this one with everybody. Come on over to the Hello Playdate podcast Discord server. It's a friendly place over there. We welcome you. And that's what we'll be playing for the next couple weeks. Until then, you can find us on no, you can't. You can find us on playdatepodcast.com or your podcatching platform of choice. We are also on Blue Sky. That's helloplaydate.bluesky.social. We're on the YouTubes at Hello Playdate Podcast. You can email Don at helloplaydatepodcast@gmail.com and call us on those tip lines. It's been a minute. It's been a minute, my friends. Please give us a call at 724-BINGOS1. That's 724-246-4671. Let us know what you're thinking about the podcast, about the games. If you got any announcements, just let us know how you're doing. Give that Bingo's tip line a call. And once you do, we'll chat with you on next episode. But until then, hope you have a lovely fortnight. Goodbye.